Let's move on to the various hiding spots you can use on 2 Fort. We are going to start at the blue intel and move across to the red base. First of all, you can jump up and into this corner as scout using various methods, but firstly I will explain how Boston Basher jumps work. Notice how swinging this bat will inflict damage on myself. If I swing the bat and perform a crouch jump the moment I receive damage, you jump higher. I use one Boston Basher jump and proceed to use the second jump to get up into this spot. Using double jumps in combination with the force of nature can also achieve the height needed. Moving on to the stairs, here you will find a good hiding spot to take cover from players going up the stairs. However, you should be careful as this does not hide you from players coming down. These next 2 spots aren't even hiding spots, but they are fun to taunt on top of. Getting on top of this fence is an okay hiding spot, but experienced players will find you out easily, so caution is advised. Using a simple double jump can get you up here. You do not need the winger pistol, but it does make it easier. Then there's the lamp spot, which is great for flanking enemy players. However, once they find you out, it's all over. Moving on to the sewers, there's that surfing spot we just covered. As you can see, it's a pretty good hiding spot. What? You don't believe me? Here's a third-person view. This hiding spot bets on the fact that most TF2 players don't look up. In most cases they will be focused on getting the health pack and not even notice you up there. Let's move further into red base. It is possible to hide here from people coming downstairs, but it's not recommended as people regularly check around these areas. Here's another fun spot to taunt, and if you're really desperate it can double as a spot to hide from players coming upstairs. This spot also bets on players not looking up, and could work to your advantage. However, it is only in the red base, and is mainly used by red players. Last but not least, there's this hiding spot, which is also great for flanking enemy players. Let's move on to mobility. Here's the situation. You've fallen off the battlements, and you need to get on the roof to provide a proper defense. How will you do this? With Scout's mobility, he can double jump off of this red barrel and up onto the roof. If you're on the blue side, just jump off the tyrant on the roof.
Action.
Here are some faster ways to get on the roof. You can double jump and use the force of nature, or use the winger to simply double jump. As a scout, you can use the force of nature in combination with a winger to jump up the drop down. It's also possible with just a force of nature. However, this is only true for the red fort as the ground is slightly elevated here. You can also get up using the Boston Basher. In my opinion, it's easier, faster, and there's even a small health pack to stop the bleeding after the jump. Pyro can also jump up the drop down. Simply perform a crouch jump and fire the detonator at the same time. Here's another spot Pyro can jump into. It could be used as a hiding spot and is accessible by Scout, Demoman, and Soldier. In fact, let's just assume that any spot Scout and Pyro can reach, Demoman and Soldier can reach as well. As a Pyro, you are able to detonate a jump from the red barrel to the battlements. This is also true for the barrel at the blue base. Like Scout, a Pyro can reach these hiding spots with some well-placed detonator jumps. There isn't a lot I can teach you about Spy's mobility, so I'll just show you the 3 best tricks for Spy on 2 Fort. The first trick I'll show will help you completely avoid the 2 Fort bridge and get you behind the enemy without bumping into them. All you need to do is jump along the pegs surrounding the bridge. It will seem hard at first, but with practice you will be a 2 Fort ninja in no time. This next trick will help you avoid bumping into the snipers on the battlements. Simply walk around this tiny edge and wreck those scrubs. This trick is very hard and no matter how much you practice will mess you up most of the time. This is called a bunny hop and lets spies onto the roof. To pull this off you will need to get a running start. As soon as you jump, let go of W and start strafing left with A. This is so that the bunny hop works. This is the tricky part. You will now need to time your second jump as soon as you touch the ground. This should grant you the speed needed. After that, only use A and D to strafe your way to the roof with the second jump. You can now trick your opponents into getting backstabbed on the roof. Hold on to your seats, mates, because this is where it gets a bit edgy. Prepare yourself for some Demoman and Soldier rollouts that will leave you mind blown. First we'll cover Demoman's basic rollout. Usually you would expect Demoman to use 2 stickies to fly across the map. Maybe even a pogo from balcony to balcony. However, I'm here to tell you this is a waste of ammo and effort that could be used elsewhere. Simply apply 1 sticky here and it should give you all the height and speed needed. Remember to properly crouch jump and strafe. Last but not least is Soldier's rollout. Now you could do something as simple as jump onto the 2 Fort roof, but that's boring. So instead I'll show you the water rollout. With the water rollout, after jumping from the battlements strafe to the water. When you reach the water you should be holding jump to glide across the water. You will then need to aim slightly in front of you and shoot. If you were holding crouch, this should send you flying out of the water. You can now proceed to jump off the fence and onto the battlements. We are nearing the end of mobility, but I've got one more rollout with the Airstrike I'd like to share. Firstly, jump towards the 2 Fort roof. Because the Airstrike gives you an increased fire rate while blast jumping. Quickly spam out 2 rockets while aiming slightly in front. If done correctly, this jump should give you the perfect height for market gardening. I don't think this needs to be said, but it's easily one of my favorite ways to market garden.